I've never met a tailor before, but I know you ain't one.
Come with me. What do you see? I see a young man with potential.
As you can tell from the title, Kingsman 4: The Blue Blood is set to be an adrenaline-packed thrill ride, and honestly, I think that's spot on. The Kingsman franchise has been building up to this one for a while, and there's a lot to dive into. So, let's break down everything we know so far: cast, story details, and what makes this fourth installment an absolute rush for moviegoers. First, let's break down why this fourth movie is pumping blood with pure adrenaline by diving into the Kingsman franchise's complete timeline and how Kingsman: The Blue Blood will return to the present day. As we know, Kingsman stretches across a century of adventures due to the organization's deep-rooted history. Based on The Secret Service by Mark Miller and Dave Gibbons, the franchise was introduced in 2014 with Kingsman: The Secret Service, opening up a world of colorful violence, deadly espionage, and secret forces shaping history. The earliest events occur a full century before the first film, and with the group's adaptability, another Kingsman film holds exciting potential, especially Kingsman: The Blue Blood. This timeline breaks down the most pivotal moments in the Kingsman universe, setting the stage for what comes next. Long before the sleek suits and high-tech gadgets, tragedy first set the events in motion in 1902. The King's Man revealed Orlando Oxford's origins as the founder of Kingsman, but his journey began over a decade before the spy organization was established. While working with the Red Cross during the Second Boer War, Orlando's wife Emily was killed, shaping his worldview. Her dying request that he keep their son Conrad away from war pushed Orlando toward a philosophy of handling crises with minimal violence. However, as the world spiraled toward chaos, he found himself entangled in conflicts he couldn't ignore, leading him to create a network of like-minded individuals. By 1914, Orlando's growing involvement in global affairs led to the discovery of the Shepherd's Conspiracy, a sinister organization manipulating world events. Alongside his allies, butler Shola and maid Polly, Orlando worked behind the scenes to prevent conflicts. This culminated in the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, setting World War I into motion. Meanwhile, historical figures like Grigory Rasputin played their part, with the film's over-the-top depiction of the Russian mystic reinforcing the franchise's signature blend of history and fiction. Rasputin's role in keeping Russia out of the war allowed Germany to focus its efforts on Britain, setting the stage for future battles between Kingsman and its enemies. And if you're enjoying this video so far, then now you can become a channel member for early access to videos and exclusive community polls. Your support helps us cover the latest updates on Kingsman and beyond. In 1917, as war raged on, Conrad Oxford enlisted in the Grenadier Guards, defying his father's wishes. His heroism led to his involvement in uncovering the Zimmermann Telegram, a real-life German document proposing a military alliance with Mexico. However, his efforts ended in tragedy when he was mistaken for a spy and killed by a fellow soldier. Conrad's death served as a painful reminder that wars are fought not just by kings and politicians, but by countless faceless soldiers. Devastated, Orlando redoubled his efforts, leading to the ultimate confrontation with the Shepherd's mastermind and the birth of Kingsman. By 1919, Orlando and his allies officially established the agency, adopting code names based on Arthurian legend, a tradition that would endure into the modern era. For decades, Kingsman operated in the shadows, influencing world events while maintaining secrecy. One of the franchise's lingering mysteries is the organization's activities between World War I and the late 20th century. Harry Hart's wall of newspaper headlines in Kingsman: The Secret Service hints at numerous successful missions, though the details remain unknown. However, one pivotal event in 1997 changed everything: the death of Lee Unwin. As a Kingsman candidate, Lee sacrificed himself to save Harry, Merlin, and another recruit, forever altering the course of his family's history. His death left his son Eggsy fatherless, setting the stage for his eventual recruitment years later. By the early 21st century, Kingsman faced one of its greatest threats, Richmond Valentine. The billionaire tech mogul, played by Samuel L. Jackson, sought to save the planet through mass genocide. His plan involved a sonic signal transmitted through electronic devices, inducing uncontrollable violence worldwide. The scheme was so extensive that even Arthur, Kingsman's leader, was recruited into the conspiracy. The ensuing battle saw Eggsy step up as a full-fledged agent, proving himself as the new Galahad and ultimately defeating Valentine. However, the organization's troubles were far from over. The events of Kingsman: The Golden Circle introduced the American counterpart to Kingsman, the Statesman, while also dismantling much of the original agency. A targeted missile attack wiped out nearly all Kingsman operatives, leaving Eggsy and Merlin as the sole survivors. The culprit, drug cartel leader Poppy Adams, aimed to manipulate the world by poisoning the drug supply. Eggsy and Harry, who miraculously survived his gunshot wound, joined forces with the Statesman to defeat Poppy and rebuild Kingsman from the ground up. Now, with Kingsman: The Blue Blood, the franchise is poised to return to the present day, marking a crucial new chapter. Given the destruction Kingsman faced in The Golden Circle, rebuilding the agency will likely be central to the story. Additionally, with the tease of Adolf Hitler in The King's Man, the sequel could explore lingering threats that have persisted across generations. More intriguingly, the planned crossover between Kingsman and Argylle hints at a broader spy universe, bringing together Vaughn's two franchises for an unprecedented espionage saga. The Kingsman franchise has thrived on its ability to blend historical intrigue with high-octane action, and Kingsman: The Blue Blood promises to continue this tradition. With Eggsy and Harry returning, the film has the opportunity to evolve the series while honoring its roots. Whether it's facing new enemies or uncovering secrets from the past, Kingsman's story is far from over. That said, further news we got on Kingsman: The Blue Blood has been in the works for many years. Matthew Vaughn has been talking about the movie since May 2017 and has continued discussing it since the release of Kingsman: The Golden Circle the same year. In 2019, Taron Egerton revealed that the script of the next Kingsman movie was complete, and in 2020, Vaughn revealed the full title of Kingsman: The Blue Blood. However, development has ground to a halt since then, and a string of high-profile flops puts the fate of the franchise in grave jeopardy. In October 2024, 20th Century Studios president Steve Asbell mentioned that there were currently no plans to continue the series. Despite Vaughn's rosier updates, while hyping up the company's upcoming slate of franchise sequels, he had little to say about the Kingsman franchise. When asked about the planned sequels, Asbell simply said, "There's no plans on doing them anytime soon." This comes alongside the announcement of more Alien, Predator, Avatar, and Agatha Christie movies from the studio. These updates seem to contradict Matthew Vaughn's rosier news from July 2024, but it shouldn't be a huge surprise. The director may have overseen the box office smashing Kingsman and Kingsman 2, but Vaughn's The King's Man grossed only $125 million, and 2024's Argylle was a notorious box office bomb. This likely makes 20th Century Studios hesitant to go forward with more Kingsman movies, opting instead for more financially viable risks. Despite the damning comments from Asbell in October, it seems as though there is still a possibility that there will be one more Kingsman movie in the works, as star Taron Egerton revealed to Screen Rant that both he and Matthew Vaughn are still hoping to do one more movie in the franchise. When asked about Asbell's comments on the franchise, he carefully responded, "I believe that was said by somebody from Fox, I think, I don't know, and I don't want to speak out of school, but I don't think that necessarily means that we won't do it. I think Matthew and I very much want to do one more. I want to do one more. And so while we don't have a shoot date yet, I think it could still happen." While this cannot be taken as confirmation that the movie will happen, it's certainly a positive update for fans of the franchise. With both the star and the director still firmly on board, we may still see the return of Eggsy for one last mission. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.